it's amazing to hear how you talk about the extravaganza with your experience, and that you bring the life and the energy into really what it means to not miss out on this event. I can tell you that someone who was a distributor for over 3 decades, the extravaganza was the fundamental building block of my business. For myself, to make sure that I was clear on where the company was headed and how I needed to position myself in the marketplace, to making sure that my organization and my leaders were there and that we were all aligned and clear so we could move forward and develop the business in the way we knew we needed to develop the business. And so it's very interesting to be here now as your CEO and to be listening to, from a distributor perspective, everything that's being talked about. And there's no question that this event, the committee that's worked on it and put so many hours of thought and conversation into making sure that the event is the most impactful as possible, there's just no question that this is going to be a landmark event. If it was only for that, it would be a landmark event. But there is something else that's happening at this event that I believe is going to be something that will change the trajectory of our company forever. And I'm saying this from the standpoint of someone who built the business for 32 and a half years and now has been on the inside of the company and has been working with the incredible team of executives to really get clear on, as a company, what our future needs to look like. And we made some announcements. Some of you may be aware, some of you may not be aware, but we made some announcements at the Herbalife Honors event in Los Angeles. And this was on March 12th of this year. So just a little bit over 100 days, okay? We made an announcement of something that we were bringing to the company and some acquisitions that we had made. And part of this announcement, we said that at Extravaganza, so 33 days from now, at the event that everyone's been talking about for the last 45 minutes on this call, that we were going to launch a beta version of a platform that would be a very important piece of our strategy and how we evolve into becoming the world's health and wellness company, community, and platform. And we are just 33 days away from this happening. And I know that 100 days since it was announced, and that there's been people that have been wanting the details and the information, and they've been getting little snippets of information. And obviously there's things that we are not going to announce until we get together in Texas 33 days from now. But we did want to take the occasion, and it is something that's very special because along with the acquisition, we also acquired someone who is really important for the company and for our future, and that is our new Chief Strategic Officer. He's the president of Pro2col, and he's going to give you some details, high level, of what is Pro2col, what kind of impact is this going to have on the future of our company, how we're going to position ourselves in a place where, quite honestly, I believe there's no other company in the world that can do this the way we can do it. And he's going to talk high level. Then we're going to talk about something very special that's going to come up that none of you are aware of. And we are going to give you a little bit more information on really what to do with the next 33 days. So Blake, let me hand it over to you. Welcome to Herbalife. I know you, this is probably about 40 days or I think something like that you've been with the company, but working together actually on this vision for the last 6 months. And in the last 103 days, I know there's been so much work that's taken place, but why don't you help everyone to understand what is about to happen to our company and what this means for the future of every single person that's watching this today and everyone that will be at Extravaganza.
So as you were saying, 100 days, I'm sitting there going, we have come a long way behind the scenes over the last 100 days. So I guess it was 103 days ago that I had a chance to meet the Herbalife community for the very first time at the Honors events. Where obviously you took the stage and gave an amazing vision, stepping into CEO and painted this beautiful picture of becoming the world's premier, healthy lifestyle company, community, and platform. And we gave a glimpse of how Pro2col is really going to be positioned as that platform to connect, all of our distributors and customers around the world toward their health goals. Matter of fact, I'm going to put all of you guys on the spot. If you were in the room at that honors event 103 days ago and got the very first glimpse of this conversation of protocol, just give some energy in the chat and let everybody else who's tuning in, right, feel what you saw a little bit of that is coming down 33 days from now in Dallas at Extravaganza. And since that moment, I want you guys all to know that behind the scenes, there have been teams of people mobilizing, right, in this office. Matter of fact, just this morning, I was down in the town at the other Herbalife Torrance office with rooms of people right now on site, building what we believe is not just going to be the future of Herbalife, but what you and I have had some personal conversations. Like, I really believe, and I know this might sound crazy, I think we're building what can become the future of health. And I know that's a bold statement, but I think about the time that we're in right now, just in the world. It's such a interesting time. It's such a fascinating time. The pace at which things are just evolving. I think it's a time of velocity. I think it's a time of possibility. I think for us, it's a time of opportunity. I was reading a quote the other day that, like, you guys ever come across a quote that like stops your scroll? And it's like, wait, you have to reread it like 3 times to make sure you got it right. So this was a quote that I just came across. It's actually from Dr. David Sinclair. He wrote a book that's pretty popular called Lifespan. He's actually a very well-known Harvard geneticist, so very smart person. And the quote that just made me read it 3 times was, he said something like, the person who will live to be 150 has already been born. And when I read that, I'm like, the person that will live to be 150 has already been born. He said, if you stay healthy for the next decade, the pace at which like biotech and age reversal and all of this intelligence can literally give you a better shot at living longer than you think. And you guys, that's the time and the season that we're in right now. We're in a period where health as we know it is being rethought, reinvented, reshaped. And it was actually that conversation that connected you and I when we first started having just casual conversations on this like shared vision of where we thought the future of health would go. How it's not going to be reactive, right? If we were to blank slate, right? New canvas, paint the picture of where health should be for us and our families, it would be something that's proactive, right? It wouldn't be the system today that it feels like it's more based on like billing than it is based on our well-being. I think if we were to rethink the future of health, right, it would be something that's data-driven. It would be something that's highly personalized. It would be something that treats, right, Stephen, you, right, very different than Laura, right, or Muriel, or myself, or Sam, or everybody on this call. It would be something tailored to where you and your body are today and where you want to go. It would be holistic. It wouldn't be just one piece or this silo or this fragment or this thing, right? It would be all together in something that is simple to understand, accessible by everybody, not the 1 of 1%, not just the elite, not just the few that can afford it, right? But bringing what is available today to the world, something that empowers all of us to take our health back, to own our health, something that should be a fundamental right, yet today it's something that seems so hard for so many. And you guys, I share that vision because that's what Stefan and I connected on, is where the world is going. And that is the vision behind what we are building. You guys, as I say those words, give me some energy in the chat box. How many of you can see that as the future of where health should go? Give me a 1. And beyond just seeing you, how many of you actually believe that's the season we're in and that's where we need to go? And my real question for all of us as an Herbalife community, beyond seeing it, beyond believing it, how many of you guys flat out believe we can actually lead what is that future? That is our belief. We're crazy enough to think we're not here to piggyback what's going to be. We're not here to jump on a trend. We are here to create and build a new era of wellness for our community and through our community to bring that around the world. So that's the intention, that's the energy, that's the spirit that's going on around the clock from very talented, committed, passionate people. And that is what is going to take the stage at Extravaganza for the very first time. Now, I love how Laura said reveal. Yeah, we're going to reveal some things. It's not just talking about what's coming, but we're going to reveal what Pro2col is as a platform, what it means for you as a coach and a leader, what we're going to be bringing right to the world. We're going to be talking about not just a new technology, right, a new application, right, maybe even a glimpse to a whole new product line, bringing us into a whole new category. Think of the impact that 24 and the introduction of that conversation and that line did for the Herbalife community and brand. I think what we're going to be beginning to unveil with this next category is an entire conversation, a giant conversation that's going to power all of your businesses in our community around the world. So that is what we're going to be covering on Saturday afternoon at Extravaganza. But it's more than just a reveal. It's more than just a look behind the scenes at the technology and the actual app and what's being built and the doctors and the science that's gone into our proprietary scores and the data. It's more than all of that. It's an actual invitation to participate in the very first beta phase of this new personalized wellness platform. You're going to be able to, if you're at Extravaganza, and you're in the seats, we're going to give an invitation where you will be able to be the very first in the world to access the new Pro2col app in beta, to access the very first product of our brand new product line. And wait till you see the doctors have hit this one out of the absolute park. To use that as we unite together, all together, mobilizing, leaving Extravaganza, pursuing our own personal protocols, becoming the stories in this beta group, and beyond just leaving and accessing and experiencing before the world, it's a real beta. You're going to be able to actually provide feedback, allow us to shape where this platform goes in the future. How often do you get the invitation to not only participate first in the world, but actually help shape and create where this goes into the future? That's what the first beta 1 phase is. That's the invitation waiting for everybody right in Dallas at Extravaganza. It's going to be a huge conversation and the beginning, right, of what I believe is a whole new era for all of us. So as everybody was talking, Stefan, I was thinking, like, this is going to be my first Extravaganza. So I was starting to get excited, like, this is my first moment. But I've been doing this for 25 years, and I know it's events like this where aha moments, $1 million moments, right? It goes from the head to the heart. Like, the feeling comes back, right, as to why we do what we do. So I'm super excited to share what everybody's been working on the last 103 days on stage at that event. And for everybody out there, whether you've been in the business for 4 to 5 days or 45 years, to have the feeling, right, that we have internally of what we're building and where we're going together. So super excited for 33 days.
Yeah, well, listen, 33 days is going to go like this. And there's no question that, number one, by the way, how many of you having access to guaranteed, because you're in the room, the first ones there to have access to the beta 1, the application, this new product line, and also to be a part, because the group that's going to get created, and there's going to be things that are coming down the pipeline very shortly after the launch, where you're going to be able to access and do things that no one has had a chance to do before. And so, number one, there's no question that if you're watching this and your upline has put you and said, listen, you need to be on this call, that if you are serious about building your business and the future that we are going to not only obviously currently have, but lay out, you are going to want to physically be there to guarantee that you can be a part of this beta group. As someone that was a distributor, again, for over 3 decades, there are moments in business where there are landmark events. This is going to be one of those events. And it's all about momentum also. It's about how many people you're going to have physically with you that are going to experience that. Stephen said, I don't know, was remarry or fall in love or reconnect. everybody needs to be reconnected. Everybody needs, especially when the vision is getting bigger and the vision is shifting and it's getting clearer, like everyone that misses out on that opportunity misses out on something. But it's also 33 days from now. And part of what's important is how do you, number one, start to prepare yourself? Because what Blake just mentioned, that vision of health, the proactive aspect of it, how many of you, if you think about this, how many of you, there's something more important than your own individual health in your life? And the answer is there's nothing more important. And if you ask on the core fundamental human necessity, health is the most important thing. Now, some people might say, well, I'm healthy, money's the most important thing, or something else is the most important thing. But I want you to think about having something and being a part of something where you are going to attract customers easier than you've ever attracted customers before. You're going to convert prospects into customers. You're going to have customers that become loyal customers and stay longer with you and buy more products with you. And you're going to have more customers wanting to become ambassadors and talk about what you do and what Herbalife does and the opportunity, just because when something is impactful in someone's life, they want to share it. And you're going to have more people that are going to want to become distributors because of the impact that it's having on their life, and also them having an opportunity to go out and create a business because it's so attractive what's happening. And so to take advantage of that, we don't just want to wait 33 days. We want to start to unveil a little bit sooner than that how impactful this is going to be. But also, quite honestly, we want to give an opportunity that you might not have taken advantage of today. Now, there's a couple of thousand people that are watching this today, but how many of you, as you've listened to this, and obviously the information about the extravaganza, the promotions, the event, the agenda, why you need to be there is important, but how many of you, and Laura said it, one of her top 4 things is the launch of Pro2col is going to be one of the most important things. How many of you would have liked to have had more people listening to the fact that Pro2col is launching 33 days from now in a beta, and have more information to get more of your distributors clear about the importance of it so you can have more people at extravaganza with you, right? So if today was the last opportunity and they missed something, well, guess what? You missed an opportunity to affect someone, to have them be there with you. And we don't want to have you miss out on that opportunity. That's why Blake is going to talk about something that's going to be happening on the 9th of July, which is something that is going to be the event virtually between now and extravaganza, almost halfway there, to make sure that you have as many people on. Your most loyal, committed customers, your distributors that are just starting up. Maybe they don't see themselves at extravaganza because they're just new and they don't see the value. Your supervisors that have said, you know, I've been to so many extravaganzas, this one, you know, for whatever reason, I'm just, you know, maybe I'm not going to go, whatever it is, the situation. But having a chance to have a group of people, as many as you can have from all different parts of your business in your life, that can get even more information about Pro2col, and so clear that they are not going to want to miss out on being a part of what's going to happen coming up 33 days from now. So Blake is going to talk about a special event that is going to take place on the 9th of July, where it will be all about Pro2col. And it will be all about giving more information, clarity, the vision that Blake laid out, but details also, so that people are super clear on how important the July launch of beta is. So Blake, let me have you talk about that a little bit. But this is an opportunity that, quite honestly, if I was a distributor today, right, with my 32 and a half years, I would be making sure that for the next 16 days, I would be talking to every single human being that I know in my business and out, and making sure that they're participating, because what is going to happen on the 9th is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to put someone in front of a vision and information that, quite honestly, it'll be undeniable how important this is for the future. So, Blake, why don't you talk about what's going to happen on the 9th?
Well, I love the way you're kind of giving your 32 years of experience into a simple strategy for everybody that's watching on how to maximize this time. Because as you were saying that, I envisioned 2,000 people that are on here sitting in that room in Dallas, right, watching what we know is going to roll out on Saturday. And we all know it. Every single one is going to be thinking in that seat. I should have had more people here. I mean, because we're telling you right now, that is how you're going to feel on Saturday when we roll out this platform. And we're trying to get ahead of that feeling so you understand the urgency and the opportunity now, and connect a strategy to actually help you get positioned and mobilized, right? So Beta 1, an invitation, only available as first access to those that are on site. It's not available leaving Extravaganza to customers yet. It's not available to the world yet. That's not coming till the second phase of beta in October. Why are we doing a phase beta? How many of you guys would agree your story matters? How many of you would agree that when you use something and you experience something, the energy you can transfer to others is at a different level? Imagine, right, a unified group all leaving Extravaganza, focused on following a protocol, right, for those 8 weeks between, Extravaganza and October, and then we all have our story and our experience as we move into Beta 2 and bring that to customers and new distributors. Imagine that energy of all of us unified all at once. This is why we're doing a phased beta rollout. Now let's back up. How many people do you want in your team to have a personal story of being a part of the first beta, the access, a finite group at that starting line? The answer is as many as possible. And that's why we're having this call. So we have 33 days, right? Here's what we're putting together. So on July 9th, mark your calendar now, 4 o'clock Pacific time, that's 7 o'clock Eastern time, adapted to your time zone. We're going to be going live right here from the lobby, right, of our LA Live global headquarters. And we're going to be doing a whole live virtual stream, giving whoever you want to invite to that Zoom a first glimpse, right? A preview, right? The pre-genesis of what's to come at Extravaganza. It's going to be Stefan with the message. Here's the vision. Here's the platform. Here's the why I'm going to be delivering, right? Here's what we're building. Here's where we're going. Here's a glimpse of what it looks like. We're going to have Dr. John, Dr. Luigi, right? Talking about the science that them and their teams are putting into the products, the positioning, the biomarkers, the testing. People are going to get a glimpse, not into protocol. They're going to get a glimpse into what the future of health looks like in a very concise, very well done, right, produced live virtual stream on the 9th. Why are we doing this? To help you get as many people at that starting line as possible, to help you have as many stories leaving that Extravaganza as possible. So here's high directive. What do we do now? Drive to the 9th. Well, Blake, Stefan, who should I have on that? My short answer is everybody. But to get really granular, your team, make sure everybody in your organization that's an active distributor, right, that's planning on coming or not yet has made a decision on the 9th so they understand what's around the corner. Maybe you have people right now that are disconnected. Maybe you got people who life, right, interrupted their dreams. Maybe you have people right now that, right, have been in and out, right, but they're just looking for a reason to reconnect and re-engage, looking for a hope or a glimpse or an excitement about what's to come. Put them on the line. Oh, how about someone that's never been in this community ever before? Put prospects on the line. Brand new individuals who this is their time and this is their season. Let us paint a vision. Let us share the energy. Let us give a glimpse of what's to come so then you can follow up. And maybe you'll get 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, 100 more people in the seats in Dallas at that starting line. Let us help you, right? That's what this is for. We're going to be bringing everything we got. You have plenty of time between now and the line to line that up to help you get that one last person to Extravaganza. And you and I both know the power of one person, right? The one person at the right time in their life, at the right time of opportunity can change everything. That's the strategy we're lining up to accelerate into and out of what will be such an historic event.
Yeah, and the other thing that I would say is who else? Well, if you've got a nutrition club, I would definitely have watch parties set up. You can invite your best customers, your most loyal customers, your distributors, anyone that's been looking at a business that's interested in or opening up a nutrition club or this new start of something and being a part of it. So it's basically everybody. And there's going to be some announcements also that when we announce it on the 9th, you're going to see how you're going to be able to broaden and get more people that can be at the start line with you and have the biggest organization possible starting from July. The guarantee is be in the room at Extravaganza. And one of the other things that's happening is you got to understand that it's not just you get to beta the technology and get your own experience and your own story and have access to the products for the very first time of this new product line, but it's also everyone that's in the beta, it's a distributor, they're going to be for the 8 weeks working together to learn how to best, if you have a nutrition club, when we start in October, how to best go out and attract and get as many customers on the platform so you can build a bigger business. How to go out and actually build a bigger business of distributors. And so it is going to be whether you have a nutrition club, because it might be one strategy, whether you do fit challenges, because it might be another strategy, whether you're on social media, that's your main way of going out and getting business. It will be working groups through, and part of the beta is not just the health and the technology and the personal experience and the story, but it's getting prepared to be able to make the biggest impact starting in October. And so it's a business development beta, it's a product experience beta, it's a technology experience beta, it's being what Blake's talked about, being part of where the platform is going by being able to give your input and being part of the feedback loop. There's lots of aspects to this. The bottom line is you don't want to miss having any single person that could be a part of it not be a part of it. So that is why the 9th is taking place. I would, like he said, mark it on your calendar. Make sure that all of your distributors, everybody knows, not everybody is watching this tonight. And guess what? That's already an indicator that there's an opportunity that was missed. Because probably each and every one of you are saying, well, I wish my guys were hearing about what's happening on the 9th. Now you've got to explain it to them. But that's going to be your job, to make sure that they don't miss what's happening on the 9th, and they've got as many people that are watching as possible. So we are super excited. It's been 103 days since the announcement. We are 33 days away from showtime with Beta 1. Super excited for what's going to take place. There's no question what Laura and Steven and Muriel just lined out for everybody, that this extravaganza is going to be a landmark event. So Sam, let me hand it back to you. Thank you guys for your attention tonight. Do not miss the 9th. Super excited about the future with everybody and to be together at Extravaganza coming up 33 days from now.